Good evening, friends, and welcome back to my channel. I had a request about these botanical pages that I use in my journals and how I decorate them. I mostly do color palettes on them and put on some decorative labels. So let's do some tonight, and hopefully it will give you some inspiration to use your own botanical pages. I have also taken some old Edith Holden pages, so we can do the same on these ones, so you can see how I work with those. So the easiest way to do the palettes is to use some stencils with circles or squares, and I have done these myself with my punch. So just go and play with your punches or your X-Acto knife. I have used just some old paper pieces, and this was actually a packaging for stencils, and it had these perfect squares, so I just cut them out with my knife, and now I'm using them as a stencil for my watercolor palettes that I actually going to cut a bit off. We don't need all that paper. I don't know why I haven't done that before. So then you just have to decide which pattern you want to have. You can use, if you don't want to use a pen that you can see, you just want to have the color, you can just use an erasable pen. But I like this, so we have the circles already done. You don't need to do them so neat, but I like them. Some of them at least. Same size and the same pattern. Sometimes I just draw them by hand, so I will show you that also. Some different ways to do this. So we have some circles, and let's take another one. I think we'll go with these blue ones. So let's see if we can manage to get some squares into this one. These are just cut out, so they aren't totally straight. And then just play and see what you can accomplish. This is for fun, for decoration, so don't take it so serious. should we go for something bigger? When I do my watercolor paintings, I often use these two. So when I have done my painting, I put down the colors I have used. So if I want a certain color the next time, I know which one to go to. So that's nice. So let's do some smaller ones. And let's take some Edith Holden too, so we can use those two for some decoration. And I think I want squares on that one. And you can of course put it any way you want. You can have the squares this way and you can have them that way. Let's do one more so that we can do some different ones. Okay, let's start with these and see how far we can get today. So we don't overdo it. So then I'm just taking my watercolor and I'm not doing any preparation with the gesso or something like that. I'm just going for the paint right away. Often book pages is quite strong, so you don't need to think so much about if you will the water will spread or something like that. Then you are just going to paint all these circles in different colors or in the same color, you can choose. I often kind of go with a palette if I don't have a request or some order for a special color. Sometimes the customers want to have them really colorful and want me to paint 10 different colors on one page. And another one can kind of think that all the colors should be muted and soft. Then I'm just blending this green with different colors, blending it with blue, brown, black, and kind of giving it different tones. You don't need to have 10 different green colors. Just take another color and blend it and you will get another tone on it. And you can do them in different transparents. Some you can just take the color right off and give them really strong colors, and others can go more for really thin. This is very relaxing to do. Don't need to think so much. You can just have your time and enjoy and get rid of some stress. Like that. Leave that to dry. And going for the next one. And you don't need to follow the colors on the flowers. You can just play. And it's totally all right to color outside the line. Sometimes I just pour the color onto the pages. You can use some salt and put in these paintings too. And then you can of course do some splattering. That's always nice. Let it dry. Let's go for a Edith Holden one. Warm brown tones. I like when the paper is a bit darker too, get some differences and variation. I will show you later a bit scribbling and some numbers too that I often do. You can use stamps, and you can of course use different kind of stencils with some patterns on them. It's also fun to do. And you can see it doesn't take so much time to do this. And it's perfect, the first one can dry while you are painting the rest, so you don't need to wait so much. If you're doing 10 of these, you can just start over and do the other decoration when you're done with the first one. You can also do like this. You can take some clear water and do some splattering in these circles, and then you get a nice pattern from that too. And it's spreading a bit nicely. And on some botanicals you have one part that is kind of colored, and you have another part that is black and white, just like a drawing. Then you can of course paint that too. Putting my brush, and I'm putting a really wet color on the top of the page. And now we're just letting it to drip down. You can help it a little bit with some drips of water. Shake it a little bit. more. Giving it some more water and shaking it. And let it drip down. And then if you want, you can just fill it up with some more colors in the circles. Okay, playtime, like that. So, should we use one more? Let's take a white one. That can be fun. So you can just do like this. Do your own pattern of color. Don't need to have any stencils if you don't like that. Free painting is kind of nice too. I actually want to splatter some white on this, I think. Yes, go a bit crazy. Okay, back in a second. So the next step is to put on some different labels. You can choose anything you like or make your own. Put on some book pages. or do more stamping. They will buckle a little bit, these ones we use acrylic paint and a lot of water, but you can just iron them later on, so you don't need to be afraid of that. Just put the labels where you think they will be mostly decorative. You can also use other pieces from botanical books with scripts and the text about the flowers. That can also be really fun. I want to change my mind. I think I want to have this on. This was a little pinkish tone on the monograms, so I think I want to have it on that one. Sometimes I feel like filling them all up with different labels, and sometimes I do very little of those decorations. But that's up to you and how you like it. so much covered in this one, so I don't think we can cover it too much. We need to have place for some scribbling also, so we can do that also. And the last one. Some field note up in that corner. Just love this kind of decorations. It really is a totally different page when you have put on some small things instead of just leaving it as it is. I think we leave it like that. So we have our labels in place, and now it's time to do the final touches. And I'm using a waterproof ink pen, 005 and an 01. And then if you want to, you can just do some scribbling around your colors too. And then you can maybe just do part of the flowers, tone them down or make them stand out a little bit more. part of them. Do some notes. When you pick the flower or something like that. Just play and have fun. Do some doodling and write down some numbers. And you can even do some pattern in your colored dots. something like that. And the Edith Holden one. Okay. So let's take some gold and do some final decoration on a few of them. Oops, there we go. This brown is so nice when you get the gold on them. Then you can put some on the flowers, give them that little extra shimmer. This gold is acrylic paint, and I have just put it in a bottle with a really thin tip. Fine liner. You can use it for glue and color, and for masking with masking fluid when you watercolor paint. This bottle is actually a gift from Kathleen in Canada, so I can't really tell you where you can get the brand, but I guess you can just search for fine liner. Okay, I think we have already overdue it, but I love to do this. We have one circle left to decorate with the gold. That. See if we can use it on some other. Take this one maybe. Put this aside so I'm in frame. Cover up the yellow little things that are in the middle of the flower. Okay, let's leave it like that. Shouldn't do everything in gold maybe. So this is what I had to show you today, and I hope you got some ideas and inspiration to go and play with your old book pages. Just use your imagination and start playing. You can write your own flowers on script pages too, and I took a free course with a French artist called Lale Mill, and we was playing last night, and you should use your non-dominant hand. So I did all of this painting with my left hand, and then we are going to cut these in pieces and collage with them. So that was fun to do something totally different and try to loosen up. I have a little bit of problem with that. So that's a tip. Go and find Lale Mill's free course. I will link her down below so you can find her. And try to do this with your hand you don't use every day. It was challenging. So when these are totally dry, I will iron them, and then they are good to go in some more journals with the botanical theme. The gold has dried soon enough. So I will be back tomorrow, and we will probably do something with some scraps tomorrow. It's time to do something more. So go find your scraps and meet me right back here tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching, and if you like it, please give me a thumbs up, and if you're not a subscriber, I would really appreciate that too. We are soon going to do the drawing for 5,000 subscribers. I think I have 98 to go before we reach 5,000. And you can also go and check out that if you want to be part of that giveaway. That is also in my recordings. If I remember it, I will link that too. Thank you so much, and see you soon again. Until next time, bye bye from Sweden.